Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the poem The Lotus Eaters by Alfred Tennyson. Being the representative of Victorianism, Tennyson is one of those immortals in literature whose works have been a beacon light through the ages. The Lotus Eaters is inspired from Homer's immortal epic Odyssey. And like Oenon and Ulysses, the Lotus Eaters reveals Tennyson's interest in reviving classical themes, especially the Homeric legends. Ulysses, the Greek legendary hero, after the Trojan War, went on wandering across vast oceans and fields along with his companions. There are many myths about his wanderings as he could not return to home for 20 years. Tennyson has utilized this myth for theme to suit his poetic purpose. Ulysses, along his companions, arrives at a strange land whose atmosphere is tinged with an air of sloth and drowsiness, and inhabited with sad, mild eyed lotus eaters. It is the land of streams bordered with palms and meadows gleaming with the sunlight. The streams ripple forth with slow motion and create illusions to the lotus eaters as he rides. And like a downward smoke, the slender stream along the cliff to fall and pause and fall did seem. It is a place where it always seemed afternoon, where all things always seemed the same. The rosy sunset makes the trees, old snow-clad mountain tops blush. The sun appears to be setting slowly, and the hills are covered with lotus plants bearing yellow flowers. The sailors were greeted by melancholy lotus eaters who carried branches of lotus plants laden with fruit and flowers. They offered the lotus fruit to the newcomers. The sailors soon get imbued with indolence and lethargy and seem to have fallen deep sleep. As he writes, their voices are frail and ghostly. They sit down on the sandy shore and begin to dream of their natural island, wives, children, and slaves. But they feel wearied and indolent. They no longer feel inclined to continue their voyage. They recite, most weary seemed the sea, weary the oar, weary the wandering fields of barren fawn. Lured with laziness, all the sailors collectively sing and give utterance to their heartfelt wishes to dwell permanently on the land of lotus plant. The choric song opens with the description of island and moves to speaker's self-questioning and expresses a distaste for movement and travel. They sing of sweet music softer than the rustle of rose petals or dewdrops. The coolness, creeping ivy, long lived water flowers, and poppies all seem to provide sleepy quiet from which no man would like to be disturbed. Overcome by strange lethargy, the mariners feel that due to their labors, pre engagements, they could not enjoy their life. They ask to themselves, if death is the inevitable end of life, then where lies the fun of toiling and starving? As they recite, death is the end of life. Ah, why should life all labor be? Mariners also sing that all the living things of nature take rest, and man being the first thing only works. For example, leaves, flowers, and fruits, everything grows and decays in peace. There is no fuss, no hustle, and all ripen towards death in peace. But man's life is full of labor and make perpetual moan still from one sorrow to another thrown. They express their desire to stay on lotus land and recall their dead friends and past experiences. They see no use in returning to their homes as everything would have changed. They must have been taken for dead, and their children must have taken over their responsibilities in their long absence. So, they don't want to go back and disturb them. They wish to recline on the bed of fragrant flowers of the island. As they recite, let us swear an oath and keep it with an equal mind. In the hollow of lotus land, to live and die recline. In the morbid mood, the sailors long to be carefree of all troubles of life, like gods who are indifferent to the spectacle of human misery and woe caused by famine, plague, earthquake, stormy ocean, burning deserts, fierce wars, burning of towns, and sinking of ships, etc. They wish to give rest to their weary limbs as they chant, surely, surely, slumber is more sweet than toil. The shore then labor in the deep wild ocean, wind and wave and oar. O rest ye, brother mariners, we will not wander more. Thank you very much.